Hey, fourth graders, for Mrs. Jackson and Mr. Bermudez, this is your adverb paper today. Remember, start with typing your name, and you can always write the answers on a piece of paper and then go back in and type them. So it says adverbs. An adverb is a word that tells how, when, or where something happens. Adverbs tell about verbs. An adverb can appear before or after a verb. Many adverbs that tell how something is done end in ly. So here's an example of a how adverb. Bingham gazed thoughtfully. So how did he gaze? Thoughtfully. He repeatedly asked about ruins. So how did he ask? Repeatedly. When? Slowly he saw the city's outline. Travelers seldom stopped there. So slowly tells us when he saw the city's outline, and seldom tells us that the travelers didn't stop there very much. Where? The mule train stopped nearby. The sun shone overhead. So where did the train stop? Nearby. Where was the sun? Overhead. And so some of this might help you when we're doing the questions. Directions. Write the adverb in each sentence. Number 1, he waited anxiously at the canteen. This one was easy because we see the word ends in ly, so we know that number 1 is anxiously, because usually adverbs end with ly. Number 2, suddenly they were in the jungle. Again, suddenly ends with ly. So that one was an easy one. Number 3, they traveled down the slippery bank. So this one, we're asking, the verb here is travel. That's the action word. What did they do? Well, how did they travel? They traveled down. So the adverb is down. I know that some of you wanted to put slippery, but slippery is an adjective because it describes the bank, and bank's a noun. Number 4, the river raged below, and that's a where adverb. Where did the river rage? Below. Number 5, finally they reached the top of the mountain. And again, that one was a little easier because it ends with ly, and we know that adverbs end with ly. All right, number 6, write how if the underlined adverb tells how an action happens. Write when if it tells when an action happened. Write where if it tells where an action happens. All right, so that's what we just worked on over here, how, when, and where. Number 6, above them was a snow-covered mountaintop. Above is a where word. Where was the snow-covered mountains were above them. So that would be where. The boy cheerfully urged them forward. So cheerfully is how he urged them. Number 8, he looked closer. Number 8 would be how, because it's describing how, closer describes how he looked. Number 9, Bingham left the guide behind. So where did he leave the guide? Behind. That's a where adjective. Number 10, it looked as though it had been cleared recently. Recently would be a time word, and that would be when it happened. Number 11, there was more jungle beyond where they stood. Beyond would be where they are. Where was a jungle? It was beyond them, so it would be where. Number 12, wearily he walked through the jungle, and that's going to describe how he walked. He walked wearily. Number 11, immediately he took a picture of the boy. Or that's not number 11, that's number 13. 13, immediately he took a picture of a boy. And that would be, when did he take the picture? Immediately, so that's a when adverb. Number 14, they gently pushed the vines out of the way. Well, how did they push them? Gently, so that's a how adverb. And number 15, Bingham honestly thought he had found Vilcapana. Vilcampampa. I don't know how to say that. Bingham honestly thought he had found. So, how did he find them? Honestly. And my adverb would be how. All right, I hope that helps. Good luck.